Welcome back in, everybody. Golf Talk Radio with Mike and Billy. So glad you're with us. Thank you to Sundale Country Club for partnering with us here on Golf Talk Radio with Mike and Billy. Give them a call at 661-831-5224, sundalecountryclub.com, home of the Bakersfield City Championship, and great partners of ours over the years over there in Bakersfield. So we appreciate what you do. We've got the wives of GTR in the studio, Josie Gibbs and Amy Brabenik, and we're going to jump right into... Are we asking questions?
Yeah, they're on your second page of your circles.
Okay.
The hour 2 page. No, not that.
No, okay.
The 825 page.
Got it.
And these are just questions in general there, ladies, so people get to know. So, Amy, tell us about yourself. What do you do? Tell us a little bit about what the listeners would not know. Obviously, nobody hardly knows you from our show, but what do you do?
I teach kindergarten.
Very cool. Admirable.
I love 5 and 6 year olds. And I'm married to Mike. We have 2.
Not so admirable.
I like him.
I'm just kidding. I like him too.
We have 2 kiddos. One's almost an adult, and the other one's halfway through high school too. It's crazy.
God, I remember when they were both born. It's
right?
Just wow.
We came to the hospital to see them. Yeah.
So
now they're all big.
Teacher, and yeah, you do have a beautiful family, and I've known you guys forever, and you got a pretty cool husband. I'm a fan.
I'm a fan too.
So Josie, what do you do for a living?
Well, I'm also a teacher. I teach.
What are the chances?
It's amazing.
Interesting.
Kind of like Twilight
And we're
Zone.
married the same year. It's weird.
That's
And you're
so
both
sad.
so adorably short.
Aren't we?
Awesome.
I have to agree.
That's awesome.
Between the two of you, you're almost 10 feet tall.
That's great.
So true.
That is awesome.
So do you just teach every grade, any grades?
I teach special education, upper 5th, 6th grade in Napomo.
How many times have you been told when you've told people you teach special ed, they
That
said
I'm
that,
very patient.
that explains that your relationship with me?
Because I'm very patient.
Nice.
Yes, I've heard that a lot.
That's cool.
The other quote is, "How do you live with him?" You know, in a good way.
Man, it's amazing when you can find your voice. But so, in a good way. No, it's
Yeah.
so. So, Amy, question number 2. Or Mike asked the second bullet down there. But no, actually, I should ask Amy and you should ask Joe.
Yeah.
So what's the best thing about being married to a PGA golf What's the best thing?
So it's not just about Mike, but the best thing about being married. It's
Well,
the
yeah,
card.
I don't wanna know-
It's the card.
It's the spouse
the
card.
You get a card that
Yes.
says
Spouse of member. It is a very cool card.
And that makes me feel really special.
Josie's had a chance to use her spouse
I have
card
used
No.
it.
2 or 3
Yes.
times.
What?
And they
Where?
Yes.
they demanded it.
What?
Do you have your card?
Where?
And I
The World Golf Hall
and I
of
think
Fame.
that he didn't think I had it, but I
You
did.
will
I'm like,
know.
it's right
It's
here.
here.
Where
At
did
the
you
World
use
Golf Hall
it?
of Fame.
World Golf Hall of Fame
Spouse
in St.
of
Augustine,
member.
They get in
Florida.
free, so his spouse says, so would you have your, and I think he said, do you have your spouse card, didn't he?
Something
I think he
like
did,
that,
man. It's
yeah.
like,
Wow.
so.
Yeah, no, I've never had any
Yeah.
occasion to
Well, if you
use
guys,
it.
if you guys go to the Open or something this year, you might need that sucker.
There we go.
I'm sure you flash it all the time.
Oh, I do.
But so the
do.
PGA members get a membership card, and obviously their spouses do. We just think it's weird that they call it spouse of a member.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It is
So
interesting.
I just think that's interesting. So you want to ask Josie anything?
Yeah.
Same
So
question?
what do you think, Josie? What's the best thing about being married to a PGA golf professional?
Well, I think over the years I have learned to appreciate the beauty involved in golf
Oh.
since I'm not into the sport
Thought you meant
itself.
me.
And
Wow,
you.
that's cool. That's deep. I like that.
That's very deep.
I've
like
gotten
that.
to go to a lot of places, partly because of the first tee, but that's golf too.
Yeah.
And and seeing a lot of gorgeous golf courses, and
Yes.
it's just really neat because I had no clue before I was involved with a golf professional that I had any interest in even a golf course, and now they're really special to me.
Which is a
Like
funny.
I like to look for hotels on golf courses.
Yes, you
Nice.
do.
Just have the view because it's just
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
special. Yeah.
Well, it's a funny
cool.
story because we played the private course in Florida for PGA members, and was just her and me in a cart, and I think I drove that cart that day. But I remember hitting a really good shot, and like, did you see that? Did you see that? And she's like, nah, I didn't see that. She's reading her book and she's looking at the wildlife. I'm like,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, I saw a raccoon.
you saw,
That's cool.
But so yeah, traveling's been pretty cool. Amy, what's the worst thing about being married to a PGA golf professional?
The worst thing.
I bet you there's similar answers.
You can be honest. Just be honest.
There's a couple of things that are coming to mind. One is the schedule is kind of tough on when you have young kids.
And
it's not
can
so
be more
much anymore.
specific.
Working holidays, working in the evenings when your kids have sports or activities or whatever. So I would say that's tough. And then the expectation or the misunderstanding about what a golf professional is, or how many kinds of professionals there are, and the expectation or like, oh my gosh,
Does he play
must
on
be
the tour?
I think Mike's all that. So.
He is all that.
But I'm sure that Josie.
I feel like it's a lot of pressure for him, and that is a bummer.
I know that Josie. I think I know her answer, but I ask you: do you ever get asked? Do you play golf?
Only about 10 times a day.
And I know that you used to. I don't know if you still do.
I took Mike's clinic, the one that I went with you guys a long time ago. And I guess I didn't have super high expectations. I had the best time. It was so much fun. And now I'm kind of like, hey, maybe we should. I don't know.
She's
Now
talking
I'm
about
that's very cool.
Like there's a co-ed group at Paso, so she's
you're on a PGA tour, so she's got to be good.
Right.
She has to be good. She's
so
married
our
to you.
kids,
So
our kids don't even have to practice.
Yeah,
they're going on a full ride to college.
You guys got all be scratch players.
What about
So
you?
what about you, Josie? What do you feel is maybe not the toughest or not such great thing about
definitely the schedule, especially as teachers. I feel like we have opposite schedules because we have weekends off.
There's a
and
lot
holidays.
of truth.
We
to
never
that.
have weekends.
And
I can remember if we had weekends off.
Right.
Right,
I mean,
and I work days.
I think you've worked so many years, you finally get a Sunday off once in a while.
Yeah.
But it's so rare. I remember all the years just weekend golf. So
I mean, even his first tee classes are primarily on the weekend or in the evenings, and I come home at 4:00 and he's heading off to class. So that's definitely the main one.
That's really interesting. I never thought about it. They are opposites. I mean, she tends to leave before I do. Well, some days leaves before I do, but then this time of the year, it's funny when we're in the winter time, I like it because I can get home and see my family.
yeah,
You can get home at 5.
and still have time.
And you know that you've been working different hours because at this time of the year it's at 5, and you look up at the clock and you go, what do I do?
Well,
I'm home
when
at
we
5.
when we worked
Like,
together
that's not,
20 years ago at the golf course, so in the summertime we worked 12, 14 hours a day.
yeah.
So you were there sun up to sundown. And we put our time in to deserve a little better schedule now.
Yeah.
But it was then, I think all young pros in the business now, they're in summer. I couldn't wait to winter. She likes it light out late because she likes the light. I used to love when the time changed because we got to go home at 5 and 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
Right?
Definitely
You
have
never
more time
did.
together.
Yeah. I do too, but now I'm getting itchy. Like I got the itch where I'm like, I can't handle the darkness now. I'm like ready to kind of.
At first, it's weird.
Yeah, it's very strange.
So, what are you most proud of, Amy, of Mike professionally? What are you most proud of him professionally?
I'm most proud of, golly, I could fill a page
I know
with that
it would
stuff.
take a whole other show to talk about his accomplishments.
I am
get it.
super proud of the clinics that he puts on for both women and for at the first tee, not clinics, but first tee classes.
it.
And I watching him with other people and being such a patient and fun teacher, I feel like that makes me proud to know him. And I like when we share kids, like when some of my students are his students.
It
makes me feel proud.
I have to. I've seen your husband at work too with little kids, and you mentioned you like 5 and 6 year olds. He is magic with that age.
I think so.
And it takes a certain person to work with. We call them Tiwis for the first Tiwis, but he is so good. I mean, you had one kid who could have been 18 months old running around out there. Was she 3 or something? You had this little bitty girl, the cutest thing I ever saw. But you have a magic with that age. You know? I thought I was decent with that age, but that age it's not an easy job at that age.
Well, you groomed me.
Zero attention span, no safety awareness.
Yeah.
So
They crack me
they
up.
run around. It's like bees. But you're so good at that, man. So
It seems like lately those kids are actually better behaved
I
than the
know.
7 to 10 year olds.
then it turns around.
I don't know what it is, but
Well, they're excited and
Yeah.
they're just this all.
They really
brand
wanna
new.
be there.
They don't have chips in their shoulders yet.
yeah.
So, but it's pretty cool. But it takes a special person. There's a
Yeah.
lot of people that are really good golf instructors, but just that age, no way. So
Yeah.
I don't know how you do it. So, but when I grew up, I always wanted to be a kindergarten teacher. when I was before.
Did you really?
Yeah, when I was a kid, I'd always tell my mom I'm going to be a kindergarten.
Oh, dude, that
teacher.
totally makes
So it's
perfect
weird.
sense.
Always welcome to
Yeah.
come to my
No, I
class.
would.
So
Red
I
Ridge.
have to tell you that when he's come to my classroom a few times, he'll go over to my desk and go, "What's this? What's this? This is cool. I like this." Like a little kid, like he's
Yeah.
so excited to be
I-
there.
If I wasn't a golf
awesome,
pro,
man.
I'd probably be a teacher because
I'm like, "That's
Yes.
my plan." But
yeah, she's like, yeah.
I'm all
She's
grumpy.
Josie
and
been doing it
he's
for
all happy.
35 years, so it's a long
That's
time.
so awesome. So professionally for you, Josie, Billy has achieved a lot.
Yes.
But,
Yes, he has.
I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah, and I've
Yeah.
watched him come a really long way.
Yeah.
With some of the stuff that was studious, that was
Wow.
hard for him getting through PGA school, and I
Yeah.
know there were times when he
Is that
kinda
a
wanted
is that
to
a
give
word
up.
for frustrating and too damn hard? Is that what studious means?
No.
It was like getting
you
a
know,
master's
book learning.
degree.
It was
yeah.
way like, and then,
Yeah,
and then
and-
trying to get a master's coach degree was
Right.
crazy too. But
So that perseverance and watching him still, he has a lot of responsibility with the first tee that has to do with that stuff, and
Yeah.
he does it well. But I think more
He's
than that,
amazing at it.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
I think the main thing for me is the passion, because I can feel the passion.
yeah.
And for what he does and for the kids, adults too, but especially the kids, and that connection. And similar to what you said with Mike, just seeing him, like their eyes meet, like, and they just gravitate to him and my little nephews adore him because there's something magical about the way he interacts with them. And even as a teacher, I don't always feel that. So I'm like, okay, well.
maybe it's because I'm a big kid.
But I totally admire that and am
Very
proud of
cool.
that.
We got a few more
Awesome.
minutes.
Yep, we're good.
What are you most proud of Mike personally, outside of the golf profession?
He does not give up on anything. He is consistent and hardworking, and he perseveres when tough is stuff in our family, when tough is stuff is tough at work. He has the stick-to-itiveness of a saint. I don't know.
Yeah, he does. He's got a work ethic and not just at work, but in his life that's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I admire that too, everybody. I'm not quite on that
Thanks,
same
man.
page.
No, I think you are.
I have organized chaos. There's certain things that I know what I'm doing, but try put a thing together. Put a little something you buy you have to put together.
Yeah.
Oh, baby.
Forget about it.
Try
like
for a
that.
computer
I
problem.
gave him a drone, and that was kind of painful for all of us putting it together.
But you used
Turn
I
the mic
saw it
off.
the other
Sorry.
day. That was your drone?
Yeah,
He
Dude,
figured
that's
it out.
awesome, man.
I figured it out. I persevered.
I got to ask you something.
You should see the size of the screw, though. I'm telling you, I've never seen a tinier screw. I mean,
You used the
I
drone
can't
when you
see.
did your first tee, like your warm up first tee
Yeah.
at Black Lake. It's awesome.
Yeah, I got it. We did some tonight.
So
Thumped a little
cool,
bit, too.
man. I got to ask you something about that off air.
Yeah.
But so
Josie bought it for my birthday.
for you,
Yes, I did.
Josie, Billy, personally, what's like up there for you? Where you're just like, man, that's so cool.
Well, again, the human connection, the connections he makes with people, and a lot of it has to do, I think, with that he for lack of better words, he brings the fun.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
the big kid, and we all need that.
Boy,
And
isn't that true?
He's the humor, and like he wakes up singing. My God!
You know,
Now some days it's
said
like
our house is
I
like a-
want to kill him, but
You
it's,
said our
it's
house is like a
awesome.
musical.
When I first met him, he came to the door, and I could hear him out there singing from his car. So there's some kind
Aw.
of joy in there
Yeah.
that he spreads. So
it's funny because when we go to Vegas together, it's like when we wake up together, it's like
there's that too.
Thanks,
it's
Mike.
like
That is me singing. I can't believe you think that.
of course it might have something to do with all the smoke in Vegas
Yeah,
and everything
I
else,
know.
but
I would just add to that, Billy,
Oh.
that you bring humor, and you also are like everyone's biggest cheerleader, everyone's
Yeah.
biggest fan.
Yeah.
You make people feel
I agree.
important and special and loved.
Well, they are. So that's kind of
You're
easy.
good
So that's
at
very
that.
cool. Real quick, who's your favorite PGA Tour player there, Amy? You have one? I heard Mike was a pro. So,
yeah.
Yeah, that Mike Brabnick guy. I like
There you go.
him.
Do you have one? So you don't have anybody? None. Okay.
If I could probably pick one out of a list or pictures.
It's kind of
Okay.
cool.
Oh,
and I'm
wait,
glad
what's
you.
that guy?
I'm
Okay,
glad
I'll
you
give you
didn't
some-
say-
Mark O'Meara.
I'm glad.
Is that
Oh,
nice?
Mark
Is he
O'Meara.
still-
Yeah.
So there's O'Meara, McElroy, Roy McElroy, Jordan Spieth, Dustin Johnson, Tiger Woods.
Yeah, I like all those guys. They're great.
It's so funny
They
though.
dress
You said-
nicely.
did you say
I
Mark?
like all the
have you met
Puma
Mark?
gear.
Did she meet Mark at the first Tee Open or something like
No.
No,
that? So it's amazing you know that name.
probably heard me talk about him.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think that's awesome. And you do have a.
How about you, Josie?
Got to be Phil.
It is
Oh,
really?
Yeah, that guy.
Everybody loves Phil.
Everybody
Yeah.
loves Phil.
Wow.
Love Phil.
She does
Yeah.
love Phil.
I
That's
also-
right, because last week's show,
I know she
we
busted,
heard.
she busted my
Yeah.
chops.
But he did
Billy and I were on
win.
the same page
Yeah.
about Phil this year. We're like, I don't know, man. He just doesn't seem quite right. Goes out and shoots 60.
60.
And we heard
Oh, yeah.
that you just were all, you know,
Yeah.
and rightfully so. You're like, what are you doing dissing Phil, Bill?
Right.
Justin Timberlake's also good.
He's one of your PGA Tour players.
Totally. Yeah.
I think it's great that they're
That's so funny.
you get questions. You play golf all the time, right? And so
Oh, yeah.
there's these assumptions.
Right.
And I tell you, what, and every time I go on vacation, and Josie and I love going on vacation.
Yeah.
Where are you going to play? Were you bringing your clubs? Where are you playing?
Oh, totally.
And they don't get it that we're not. We're bringing
Right.
leaving the clubs, and we're going to go do. Now it's what mall are you heading to? Because they all know. but it is kind of. Do they
That's
assume
awesome.
that too? You guys are bringing your clubs and going.
yeah, there's a
somewhere?
few. I mean, there's a
When
few
we get
times.
to travel like you guys, maybe that question will come
It's
up.
coming.
Yeah.
We're just mostly doing it recently, so I think we got 10 years in you guys. So it's
Yeah.
it's the coolest thing. That's the one thing I'm most proud of in our relationship is that we travel a lot together.
That's really cool.
I love that about us. We are living our lives. No, we're spending our lives living.
That's
We're
it.
trying. We're now
We're
spending our
trying.
life. We're
You're
trying
in
to
that
now
phase.
spend
That's
our lives
good.
living.
That's good.
Love that.
Right, so.
Well, cool. Well, we're going to take our second break. Want to thank another partner of ours, and that's McPhee's Grill of Templeton, hometown cooking through and through. If you listen to the show, we'll give you different cues during the show for like balls out, golf trivia, whatnot. Go to golftalkradio.com, fill out the trivia form. When you think you know the answer, you might get a McPhee's Grill gift card, and located in Templeton, 805-434-3204. And at McPhee'sGrill.com as well, you can make reservations. So go check it out. We'll be right back. Golf Talk Radio with Mike and Billy.